I was just desperate to make money on the internet. In 2017, I started my YouTube channel when I was in my final year of medical school. Suddenly, my mind was blown open with this whole internet marketing world. And I thought, oh, this is what we need to do to our business. If we can apply the same principles of info product marketing that these guys have been using to make millions and apply them to our own products, then hopefully we can come close to making similar amounts of money.
So Ali, tell us how you went from $2 to $5 million.
In 2017, I started my YouTube channel when I was in my final year of medical school. And in those 12 months, I made about $2, or like $1.76 according to AdSense. I was speaking to my CEO coach. We were trying to identify areas of my life where I could level up, leveling up. Mm-hmm. And a big one was marketing. And he was like, oh, have you read any books by Russell Brunson? And I was like, no, isn't he that scammy internet marketer guy? And my coach Eric was like, oh, you've got to read his books. And so I picked up .com Secrets and I was like, oh my fucking God, this is bloody incredible. Why have I never read this before in my life? Why have I dismissed this guy's incredible wisdom just because I found something aesthetically distasteful 15 years ago? And so then I dove into his whole trilogy, .com Secrets, Traffic Secrets, Expert Secrets. And then I read $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. I read Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. And suddenly my mind was blown open with this whole internet marketing world. And I realized that I've been selling shit on the internet for 10 years, but I've never once read a book on how to sell stuff on the internet. And this was the Bible. And there's so many more things like it. And it's just really obvious stuff for people who understand marketing that oh yeah, of course funnels are a thing. Yeah. But that was really the first time I'd heard the word funnel. And I thought, oh, this is what we need to do to our business. And the really cool thing about people like Russell and the rest of the OG info marketers is that they built their fortunes of tens of millions a year off the back of paid ads and paid traffic acquisition. Whereas as creators, we have incredible organic reach and huge warm audiences. And so if we can apply the same principles of info product marketing that these guys have been using for decades to make millions and apply them to our own products, for our own audience, for warm traffic, then hopefully we can come close to making similar amounts of money.
What's the business model look like right now? You've got courses, you've got a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, so fundamentally, it's we make lots of content, and I think of it as the 99-1-1 rule. So 99% of our content is free. 1% of our stuff is paid for the 1% of the audience who can afford it. And so more than 50% of the revenue comes from our online courses. 20% of it or so comes from ads, AdSense, 20% from brand deals, and the other 10% from affiliates and random bits and bobs here and there. So mostly online courses. We were running our course, the Part-Time YouTuber Academy. I'd been running this every few months for the last two or so years. And, the revenues were declining, and post-pandemic, people cared a lot less about live online education as they seemed to care during the pandemic. And so for the final cohort, I decided to just basically apply all of the principles from .com Secrets and also from $100 Million Offers and also from Copywriting Secrets. So we redid the offer based on Alex Hormozi's stuff. We redid the funnels based on Russell Brunson's stuff. And we redid the landing page based on Jim Edwards' thing. And cohort 7, I think, did 300K revenue. Cohort 8 did 1.9 million.
Wow.
And so it was just skyrocket.
Well, that's almost 7 times.
Yeah, literally just purely based. And people sometimes ask me, oh, help me make my course landing page or whatever. And I'm just like, look, just read those 3 books in order and just literally follow step by step the exact steps that Alex Hormozi lays out in $100 Million Offers. Great. And then go to the chapter about landing pages that Jim Edwards has in the book. Because these people have figured this shit out and we don't need to invent the wheel from scratch. We can just follow the playbook of the people who've been doing this for a long time.
Remember when you're at my mastermind, I hate calling it that, but my event or whatever. Remember when Neil said something to you on stage and he said courses aren't the best business or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And there was a moment of light bulb moment, or maybe not. What were you thinking there? Because I was like, man, there's a lot going on in your head there.
Yeah. So for context, I think I asked Neil if he had any tips on marketing info products or courses. Mm-hmm. And he was like, dude, why are you in the courses business? And I was like, because it's fun and makes money. And he was like, yeah, but it only makes 5 million a year. You should be in the agency business. We're doing 100 million a year. and Neil was like, and I probably work less than you do. And I was like, huh, interesting. But then Neil's CEO piped up from the back being like, Neil, shut the fuck up. We've got 900 employees. You spend all your time fighting fires. And I spoke to that CEO chap afterwards. I can't remember his name.
Mike Camo.
Yeah. So I spoke to him afterwards and he said, look, honestly, if you enjoy info products, stay in the info product business. Do not think you need to start an agency.
Yeah.
And
he's right.
Oh, he's right. Yeah. I've not met many agency owners who are happy.
Yeah.
But I've met a lot of online course creators who are ecstatic because they're making $1 million a year, working very little and being able to monetize their expertise.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts around that. I mean, Mike was good to do that because Neil will give his opinion, and then it's his opinion, so it is what it is.
No, and I love everything that Neil does. I've been on Neil's mailing list since the age of 13 as well.
Oh,
so,
okay, amazing.
Long time Neil Patel fan.
But one has to ask, at age 13, like, what was going on in your head to sign up for these?
Oh, I was trying to make money on the internet. So I taught myself freelance web design. I made like a niche affiliate marketing site.
Yeah.
I tried to make like a pyramid scheme. I was doing like a bunch of random PHP and MySQL coding for like small businesses and trying to sell it for $5 a pop. I was just desperate to make money on the internet. So I started around 12, 13, and then age 19 was when I launched my first business that actually succeeded. And this was a business that was helping people get into medical school.
I love it. Okay. So when I was 9 years old, I started a website, and then I got distracted by games. So all I did was play video games from 10 years old until like 22 years old or so.
Nice. I was doing the video. I was playing World of Warcraft 3 hours a day from 14 to 17.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
But at the same time, I was also just like dabbling with freelance web design because I was like, oh my God, I'm making money and I can afford my WoW subscription fee of $9 a month.
Okay. I love it.